To get us started for this lesson, I wanted to show you a little bit about like how you could create your own little animation studio. This is just some 2x4s and then just some foam core with an empty spot so that you can just place a cell phone right inside of here and look down. This is what I've been using for all of my lessons. And this is just providing a weight so that it doesn't tip over. You can go with something like a clip-on piece where you can clip your cell phone to or your iPad. So you can buy more professional things. These are pretty cheap to get. You might get an iPad set for your classroom. Usually the younger ones do have something like that. You might be able to buy some tripods or something like that that would work for doing some simple animation. So for this, I just wanted to share that's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to place it back into its spot. So for this lesson, what we're going to be doing is we're going to do a quick, fun animation with students. And the way we're going to be doing it is with a GIF instead of a traditional animation studio. So if you have iPads, you can easily download either super cheap animation packets to do 2D animation or 3D animation. But for our purposes, I'm going to assume we don't have any special materials like that. What we're going to do is use a GIF maker. So the kids will still enjoy it and it gives them the same option. So obviously doing any kind of animation or studio animation, showing them an animated film and understand that these were created by artists is a great way to start. I love showing Wallace and Gromit, and there's some really short Wallace and Gromit videos, so take a look at Wallace and Gromit because that's really great for 3D animation, and also using Play-Doh. Play-Doh works great for creating 3D animation. You've probably seen it in Legos or any kind of construction that you have in your classroom. You can create anything. You could do different geometric shapes, and they move the shapes that way as well. Okay, so the things that you're going to need for this assignment are just 2 pieces of white paper and maybe some markers, color pencils, paintbrush as needed, a water cup, paper towel to clean up after yourself, and maybe any other kind of items. Like I found this in my cabinet. It's just, I thought that maybe I could use this for something in my animation. And maybe I've got a whole box over here. I just about lost it. I have a whole box of crayons over here, so I'm gonna maybe use some crayons here. So what I'm going to do with each piece of paper is I'm going to use 1 piece of paper for creating my character, and 1 piece of paper for the background. So this is a lot about setting and character development. So you can be teaching your students about how to write a story and using character and setting. Okay, as you can see, I created my character and I kept them in separate pieces. The reason you want to keep them in separate pieces is because you want to be able to animate them and move them on the page. So for every grade level that you teach this, you could do very simple things. You could do a template for the younger ones, the pre-K ones, where it's just circles and rectangles, some basic shapes that they can work with. You could even do pre-cut ones where they choose the shapes that they want and then they just color them in as part of their activity. For the more advanced ones, they can come up with their character on their own. For you, I don't want you to copy my character exactly. You can create any character you want to. It could be more human form. It could be more monster form. It could just be very simple shapes that actually move on the page. I just want you to have a background and I want you to have a foreground of your character, and we're going to learn how to animate this character. So after your background dries, You're going to bring it back into the frame, and then we're going to set up the character inside of here and have it move somehow into your frame. Also with the body parts could be moving as well as a fun way. So I told you I brought this. I thought maybe this could be an expressive eyebrow, maybe with the eyes. So as you can see, maybe my eyebrows could be changing. I could separate these two so that they work independently as well, or I could keep them together, as you can see here. Okay, so I'm gonna actually take this off because my paper isn't dry yet, but once it does dry, then I'm gonna be ready to start my animation. Funny thing is, as soon as I started my dryer to dry my background, it blew away like all my pieces, so I kind of had to recreate them, and I lost my feet, but that's okay, we'll go without a feet. It almost looks more like a ghost. And so I gave it arms, and I've got this. And what I'm gonna do now is take a series of, I want you to take between 5 or more pictures that will be able to animate and flip over and over and over again. So make sure whatever is moving makes sense for being rotated several times over again. All right, to put together your work, the first thing you need to do is you need to move all of your images over to Google Drive. I think it's easiest to keep it in Google Drive or have it on your desktop in some way. And notice what I've done is I have numbered each of the pictures so that when I import them, it'll be really easy to work with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to download each of the images. So I just click on them, and then I'm going to have them onto my desktop. As you can see, the images showed up down below here. They're also going to be located in my downloads. So next thing I want you to do after you have all the images available, you're going to go over to easygif.com, and we're going to do an animated GIF maker right here. So all you have to do is choose the image, and I'm going to go to my downloads. They should be all numbered right here, and when you want to select multiples, I hold down the Shift key, and it will select, if you go from the first one to the last one, it'll select all of them. Alternatively, you can select Control, and individually, if you hold down that Control, it'll select all the images you want. So I did 6 images. I'm going to click on Open, and it says 6 files. Now I need to upload them. Okay, as you can see, it already put them in order, arranged by the file size. And you can see that you can change your delay time, but I'm not going to change anything until I see what it looks like first. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and make a GIF. The cool thing about using easygif.com, it does not put any watermarks on there. So there it is. If you like it that speed, let's see what it looks like at a different speed. Let's say I want to go slower or faster. You try it again. So that's giving a longer delay. Let's see what happens when it goes faster. And click make a GIF. And that's like it's really jumping right there. I kind of like that. And there are some effects you can do. You can do fade. I mean, if you come down here, there are some other options for you as well if you want to do some special effects. I don't need anything special for this. I just wanted to see that you know how to make a simple GIF and an animation. And the last thing I need you to do is click on Save. And the cool thing about GIF files is that when you open them up, they actually are, they actually work as visual images like JPEGs. So if you put them in your website, if you put them into a discussion board or anything like that, everybody will be able to see it, and it will consistently and continually rotate just like that. Okay, that's all I need from you.